Hey there, Memphis families and visitors, potential home buyers. If you are coming into town and you have a bunch of kids with you, you are gonna wanna hit these top 5 places that are family friendly for young and old kids alike. So let's get into this one. Hi guys, I'm Amy Clark with Crowlike Realtors, your local go-to realtor for everything buying real estate in the Mid-South. If you like what I'm talking about, hit that like button, subscribe, tap the bell for notifications, and continue to watch my videos. Thank you so much. And if you're new here, I'm glad you're joining us. And today we're talking about 5 things you can do with your kids for family fun. Let's get into this. First off, we are going to the Children's Museum of Art. So the Children's Museum of Art is in Midtown area and it's right next to the Liberty Bowl, and it was built in 1990. It is for kids, little kids. And so when you go in there, there's a FedEx jet in there. You can get in, you can pretend to be a pilot, and they are doing some extra exhibits. So I'm gonna read what these exhibits are. But we had so much fun when my son was little and we went down to the Children's Museum of Art. And there's a little setup of a Piggly Wiggly store. If you've seen my other videos, you'll know that Piggly Wiggly was the first grocery store, and it was founded by Mr. Saunders right here in Memphis, leading to one of our other activities to do today. So Piggly Wiggly and the history of grocery stores is very important to Memphis and the Bluff City. The Children's Museum of Art has an interactive museum. It is home to the Memphis Grand Carousel, built in 1909. It was meticulously restored and added to the Children's Museum of Art. I have not seen this. This happened just recently in 2017. So it brought a piece of Memphis history back to the Bluff City. So that is fantastic. And I can't wait to go see Memphis Grand Carousel. But right now they're doing the STEM Exploration Lab, where kids can experiment with robotics and engineering and coding. Plus, there's a new outdoor activity adventure. You know, I haven't been to the Children's Museum of Art in a long time, so this is all new to me, and I am glad to be sharing it with you. Memphis is keeping indoors and outdoors fun at the Children's Museum of Memphis. So there is another one, Opposites Attract, a Mo Willems exhibit. If your kids love books, like Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus, they'll love the interactive, colorful, and creative experience that explores opposites in a totally fun way. So I just mentioned that Piggly Wiggly, the grocery store chain, was founded right here in Memphis, equivalent to our modern day way of shopping in grocery stores, and it was invented here. But the owner of that developed Piggly Wiggly, he built a house here in Memphis. It was gonna be his house, and he got this grand pink marble. His house came into some financial trouble. He never finished it. It was just a huge endeavor, built in the 1920s and 30s. It's now the Museum of Science and History, the Pink Palace Museum, as we call it around here. There is a giant dinosaur in there. There is a new exhibit, Earth Matters, Rethink the Future, an interactive adventure that teaches kids how to save the planet. They have their Piggly Wiggly store in there, in the Pink Palace, and they are doing Cosmic Curiosities. It's an exhibit in the planetarium. If you've never been to a planetarium, it was one of the fun things that I did as a kid. Went to the planetarium for school trips when I was a kid. I don't think they really take field trips to the planetarium anymore, but it is spectacular. It just reminds me of being a kid. I love going to a planetarium, and this one is very good. Plus, the planetarium here is a huge hit, and they even have a space show featuring Big Bird. But the history of the museum is just as fascinating. Like I told you about Piggly Wiggly and Clarence Saunders, it was gonna be his house. It has a mastodon skeleton in it now. It's a reminder of Tennessee's prehistoric past. And there's an immersive exhibit that explains the Mississippi River and its role in shaping the Bluff City. So it's fun, it's science, it's history. Planned for at least a half a day here. Pink Palace is something great to see. It's really not too far from the Children's Museum. Probably if you were daring, you could go to both in one day. I don't know if you can. The Pink Palace is probably more geared towards teenagers and adults, and the Memphis Children's Museum is geared towards younger children. But I've been to all of these and I just love going to them. And the next one, the third one on my list here, is the Memphis Zoo. The Memphis Zoo is a fantastic spot. I lost my first cell phone at the Memphis Zoo. I was in 1997. I was in the changing room changing my 2-year-old and gave him my cell phone on the changing table. Of course, you didn't know to always have a cell phone with you all the time. It was just something you just didn't think about because we didn't have them then. So I had my cell phone, gave him my little flip phone. He was playing with that, changed his diaper, got up, left the zoo, and Amy didn't have a cell phone with her. So lost my first cell phone at the Memphis Zoo, thanks to Nathan, or thanks to Mom not realizing that you're supposed to keep these stupid things on you all the time. So that was a long time ago. The zoo features close-up feeding stations for the giraffes. There's polar bears and there's sea lions, and there's over 3,500 animals at the Memphis Zoo. So this is something to do. Did you know that Memphis did a deal with China and we got panda bears for 20 years? They built a fabulous exhibit. The panda bears were so cool. They've since gone home. They just recently went home. They flew back to China in a FedEx jet. It was great having the panda bears here for 20 years. And I heard today that one of our polar bears is getting a new home, so he is being transported elsewhere. I'd have to get more details on where the polar bear is going. But you know, zoos transport animals back and forth for different reasons, different locations, and sometimes even because of health reasons. And other doctors and other zoos could actually benefit the animal better than someone can in one zoo. So they do transport animals back and forth. It's a very common occurrence and not a problem. So we just had a baby giraffe. A few years ago, we had a baby cheetahs, and those were very fun. They were so cute. If you know, you're not used to going to a zoo, it's something to do. It's something to learn about. It's something to go and teach your kids about animals that you don't see other than your normal dogs and cats and raccoons here in the city. So they have a sea lion show, a giraffe feeding station, and I haven't heard of this one. This is one of our family favorites, is the hippo camp, where you can watch these gentle giants swim right in front of you. They say hippopotamuses are gentle giants. They are actually one of the most dangerous creatures. You don't want an angry hippo near you. They could be very terrifying, and they're very strong. Seeing them behind glass is always a positive. There's kimono dragons there. That was one of my son's favorite exhibits, was the kimono dragons. I did not care for them at all. They are fast, and we saw them feeding. They eat live rabbits. He liked the reptile exhibit, and he liked the monkeys. We have a great primate exhibit here at the Memphis Zoo. And there's a trolley you can get on, you go around, and there's food. You know, you're gonna have your barbecue in your commissary there, so you can eat lunch while you're at the zoo all day. The zoo's gonna take all day. And the zoo frequently does zoo boo nights, whole month during Halloween, during October, and then they do zoo lights for Christmas, and then there's ice skating there and all kinds of fun stuff. So the zoo really tries to keep the city involved throughout the year. Another one, if you just want to be outside and walk around and look at beautiful flowers and a butterfly house, you can go to the Memphis Botanic Gardens. This is also in East Memphis. It's right off of Park Avenue. And I was married here until I found out that I wanted to get my son into a private school so I could get the Catholic discount. We had to get married in a Catholic church. So that's just, we had to get married twice. So we have 2 anniversaries on the same day, 5 years apart, so we could get our Catholic school discount. That's why I got married in a Catholic church. But yes, I was married in the Memphis Botanic Gardens on the Red Bridge. And while we were there getting married, 4 swans walked up and watched our ceremony. It was something to never forget 26 years ago. Anyway, so that's the Memphis Botanic Gardens, and they actually have things you can do year-round. They have My Big Backyard is an epic playground, imaginative playhouses, tunnels, interactive water features, and an art station where kids can get creative. So that is great. Now, what's happening, they have these massive wood sculptures. They're giant trolls. This I have not seen for myself. I can't wait to go see these giant trolls. It's Save the Humans exhibit, and these exhibits are hidden throughout the garden, making it one of the coolest scavenger hunts ever. So you have to find the trolls. So coming up, they're doing Spring Bloom Fest, upcoming in the month of April this year. In the summertime, they do the fireworks at the Botanic Gardens, and they have family picnic nights and a summer concert series here. There is always something fun to see at the Botanic Gardens. not to mention the Japanese Red Bridge, which is where I was married, and then the trolls, and we just really like going to the Botanic Gardens. It's always a good time. My fifth one on my list is Shelby Farms Park. Finally, we're off to the largest park. This place is 5 times larger than Central Gardens. 40 miles of trails and a real life buffalo herd. Shelby Farms is very near Cordova. It's out in East Memphis. And if you want to be outside all day long, bring your bike, go on the trails. It's the largest dog park in the city, and I think it's the largest park in the state of Tennessee. And the kids can go paddle boarding. They can play at the Woodland Discovery Playground, paddle boarding on Hyde Lake. And the Woodland Discovery Playground is climbing nets, tunnels, zip lines. Kids love it. It's huge. It's something to be amazed by and have fun with. So there's 5 things that you can do, have fun, friendly family fun, indoors or outdoors. The Botanical Gardens, outdoors. Shelby Farms, outdoors. The Memphis Children's Museum of Art, that is an indoor facility, and they have an outdoor facility now. And then go into the planetarium, sit back, relax, watch the stars, learn something, and see the giant mastodon. But don't forget to do your scavenger hunt at the Botanical Gardens so you can find all your giant wooden trolls. All right, so which one are you excited to visit first? Drop me a comment below, let me know, hit that subscribe button, tap like the bell for notifications, whatever you have to do, leave me a comment. Thanks for watching my video of 5 family-friendly fun things to do in Memphis and the Mid-South. See you next time on my next episode of Living in Memphis and the Mid-South. I'm Amy Clark, your Cry-like Realtor. You can contact me and I can help make your Memphis dream a reality.